So I want to, first of all, thank everybody, the attendees, 145, 146, it's going up as I speak all the time there, for tuning in for the next 30 minutes, hopefully, to find out a little bit more about Long Road. Let me introduce myself first of all then. I'm Tim Whittaker. I'm one of the heads of study at Long Road. My job in a way is a pastoral role where I kind of link between the students, the teachers, the parents and carers to make sure that all our students get the best possible experience that we can offer over the whole of the course they're here at Long Road. So that's enough from me. Let's meet the others. First up is my colleague, Emma. Emma, over to you.
Thanks, Tim. Hello, everyone. Yes, as Tim said, my name's Emma Hartley. I am course team leader for the English Language and Literature combined course. I teach English as well, clearly. So I just want to introduce you to our lovely students who will be illuminating you this evening on a number of wonderful things. First up, we have Eddie.
Hello, I'm Eddie. My secondary school was Parkside. I'm in year 13 and I'm doing A-level design and technology, A-level math and BTEC computing.
Lovely, thank you. And Alex.
Alex, I went to Longbourn Village College. I'm year 2, studying English literature, sociology and history.
Thank you very much. And we have Libby.
Hi, I'm Libby. I went to Bassingbourn Village College. I'm a second year student and I study A-level PE, biology and psychology.
Thank you very much. 3 more to go. We've got Phoebe as well.
Hi, my name is Phoebe. I went to Knights Templar School in Hertfordshire. I'm a year 12 student at Long Road and I study applied psychology, sociology and drama and theatre studies.
Lovely job. And Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a year 1 student. I went to Surrey Village College and I study biology, sociology and criminology.
Thank you very much. Our final student for you this evening is Lucy.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I went to Samuel Whitbread Academy in Bedfordshire. I'm year 1 and I study maths, Spanish and textiles.
Awesome job, guys. Thank you all so much for helping us out this evening. I'll pass over to Tim.
Thank you, Emma. I want to ask a question to Eddie, if I could, please. Eddie, why did you choose to study at Long Road?
I chose Long Road for a few reasons. It's got a good range of courses. But I think the thing that really stood out for me is that whenever I went to an open day or any other kind of visit to the college, it just had a really welcoming atmosphere and everyone wanted to help you. And also everything just felt really things that are.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Eddie. I wonder if I could ask the same question to Alex. Alex, why did you choose to study at Long Road?
Well, Tim, just like Eddie, for a few reasons, and a few of the reasons he mentioned, but also I think quite uniquely, Long Road has an environment which allows you, it allows you to thrive as an individual, which really appealed to me. But also, if I'll go into more about what that means, is that you're sort of licensed to study more in a way that suits you, and that is held up by the teachers as a sort of value of Long Road. And finding your own way is really, that is the Long Road way, if you like.
Okay, fantastic. That's really helpful, Alex. Thank you. Libby, why did you choose to study at Long Road?
Yeah, I chose to study at Long Road because, well, first of all, the courses are really good, and the atmosphere when I went to the open days were just really nice. It was really welcoming, really friendly. Everyone was super lovely. So yeah, I just felt like it was the right place for me to be.
That's fantastic news. Thank you so much. Emma, back to you for a question, please.
Thank you, guys. I really love those responses. Makes me happy. So I'm curious about the transition from secondary school, into the Long Road way, being your own way. How did that kind of look and feel for some of our students? I'm going to ask Phoebe first, if I might, please. How was the transition from your school to Long Road?
Yeah, so I found the transition quite easy, considering I moved to a college with, only a few of my friends, because the commute is very long. But all the Long Road staff were so supportive and really lovely, and I knew where to go if I ever needed any help or like any resources or anything. And all the students were just really nice, and all the teachers were like really good with like easing us into the A levels as well, which was such a big step, and it's really nice.
Thank you very much. And if I can ask the same question to Kate, please.
Yeah, I expected the transition to be a lot harder than it actually was. The main thing was getting used to traveling on the trains every day, and also the amount of freedom you're given as a student, in that you do kind of get to do what you want and study how you want to study, which was very different to how I found secondary school.
Lovely, thank you. And Lucy, similar experience, something different?
It was a lot easier than you anticipate, considering like travel, making friends, navigating around college and all that sort of stuff. You were just really fast, and there's a lot of like support during your transition, which I think is really important. And it's generally like a very comfortable and accommodating environment, like for the change that you make.
Really positive, guys. Thank you very much indeed. I'll pass to Tim.
Thank you, Emma. I think I want to go back to Eddie then, ask him a question. I know he said earlier he studies computing, D&T and maths. I want to know which is the favourite subject.
I think my favourite's probably computing, because it's really hands-on, because it's a BTEC. So you get to do a lot of coding. At one point we invented 3D games in Unity. That was a lot of fun. But at the same time, you get to learn a lot about the industries within computing. For example, we did a lot this year on cybersecurity. So that's really helpful, and I also really enjoy it.
That's fantastic news. Thank you for that, Eddie. Brilliant. Alex, you do English, you do history and sociology. Which is your favourite subject and why?
Well, a bit different to Eddie's, but my favourite subject is English Lit. So I think there are so many things about English which I can say which I love. But more than anything, it's a subject with a group nature. I mean, I had a class of about 15, so a nice small class. So everyone knew each other, and our teacher was Emma, so we had a great teacher as well. But you know, what was brilliant is that we would all come into class with, say, a different opinion about a book or a poem, and those differences in opinion were valued, and they weren't detrimental to learning. And that makes it so much more pleasurable when you can discuss things, and when learning becomes a group experience like that. And it's a pretty rare thing, and I think at Long Road the English course really allows for that.
Excellent stuff. Thank you, Alex. Libby, I know you do PE, or you did do PE. You did biology, you did psychology. Which was your favourite out of those three?
Yeah, so my favourite was PE, mainly because I really love sport. I love watching it. I love doing it. The teachers, both of them were really nice, and they have a really special way of teaching it. Like, it's always really varied. So the one lesson would be like group work, the next lesson would be individuals, and then like even if you were doing a theory lesson, they would somehow use a practical element into it. So they really made it interesting to learn. And the class just felt really nice environment, like it was quite friendly and family oriented kind of thing. So like everyone knew each other, everyone was really supportive of each other.
That's fantastic news. That's great. Okay, Emma, back to you as Alex's favourite teacher.
Oh, hush now. We did have a very, very good time. It's great. We love it. So while we're on favourite things, I'm curious about the broad picture of life at Long Road. Regardless of your subjects, what is the best thing about being a student at Long Road? I'm going to ask Phoebe, please.
So I think one of my favourites is definitely the fact there's so many opportunities that the college offer, and there's so many things you can be a part of. There's like trips and things, and like so many different clubs, and the range of subjects. I mean, that's sort of the main reason why I went, is I can actually do the subjects I enjoyed and things like that. And yeah, there's extra volunteering opportunities, and yeah, they're just all really chill and supportive about it. So it's really nice.
Lovely. Lots of different things there. And Kate, what about you? Your favourite thing or things about life at Long Road?
I think my favourite thing is the amount of trust that you're given as a student. Like, I remember at my secondary school, there was a lot of kind of breathing down the back of your neck, and the teachers at Long Road just kind of trust you to get on with what you need to do, and that you're learning and kind of doing it how you want to do it, if that makes sense. So for example, like you can go sit in the resource centre and just kind of sort yourself out, and there's not an interview there going like, oh, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing it this way, sort of thing.
Lovely. So as long as you get there, how you get there is you have more autonomy about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kate. Lucy, how about you? What's your favourite thing about Long Road?
Well, I think I speak for quite a lot of people when I say it's the when I say it's the independence aspect of it. You get lots of free periods. You have the freedom to leave college like during hours, as long as you make it back in time for your lessons and you're organised. And it's actually a very mature environment. Like a lot of people find it quite surprising that we're on a first name basis with our teachers, which is something very different to secondary school, as like you often refer to them as like sir and stuff. So it's like the transition is very, very different. And I think like the independence is definitely the best part of it. Yeah.
So it's a nice bridging place between obviously secondary school and uni, I guess, then isn't there, that increase in independence? Lovely. And Tim, what's your question?
Thank you so much. Yeah, my question is, and it comes from this trust and independence, as we just heard from there. We're working you all really hard in your subjects, obviously, but Eddie, what support is available for students at college?
Well, if you email a teacher, they can help you with anything you're stuck with. But the other thing we have is class time, and that's 2 90-minute sessions, which are scheduled a week. They make sure nothing overlaps with it. And that's basically just you can go to any subject you want, and you can get help on any work you're stuck on. There's going to be teachers there who can help. There's also other students there. And the other we have is progress coaches. So when you start the Long Road, everybody is given a dedicated progress coach, and they can help you with anything that you'd like to talk about, either inside Long Road or after Long Road, if you schedule an appointment with them. So for example, mine has been extremely helpful for writing my personal statement. So yeah, they can help with all kinds of things.
That's fantastic news, brilliant. Alex, the support's available for students at Long Road. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, Eddie touched on a lot of it. So the progress coach support is brilliant, and especially, you know, it's no secret that A levels are really hard, and especially if you're doing things like EPQ, which is an optional extended project. When things like that build up, it's brilliant to have the progress coach to fall back on. And you know, it can be really nice, even if it's just a time of personal crisis, which, you know, it happens throughout A levels. The progress coach officers are there for that. It's almost like having a sort of personal mini manager. I mean, they won't do your stuff for you, but they will help you organize your stuff. And just want to, on top of that thing Lucy said about being on a first name basis with your teachers, I think it makes them more approachable, and you can also just go to your general teachers for help if you want to. And it doesn't feel strange to do that. It's a really nice environment for that.
That's excellent news, Alex. Thank you very much. Libby, support's available for students at Long Road. Could you give us a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I found the plus time really helpful. Eddie mentioned it. We have 90 minutes, two sessions of 90 minutes each week scheduled for it. And my teachers were just really, really good at helping. I asked them about any topic in any of my subjects, and they would just take that hour-and-a-half session to helping me and a couple of other students understand it more, or kind of go over it and make sure that we got it through our heads, kind of thing. And the progress coaches again are really useful. I know that I stressed out quite a lot when I had to do my UCAS stuff for university, and my progress coach was really helpful in that period of time.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much for that, you three. Back to Emma.
Thank you. So that's great. There's lots of support available in college. Currently, we're obviously not physically in college, not very many people. So how has it been at home during COVID-19? How has the support helped you to keep on track with your studies? And how have you felt about that, I guess? If I can ask, please, Phoebe.
Yeah, I found remote learning difficult as well as everyone else. I mean, it's a very hard time for everyone. and missing loved ones and things like that, and it's really hard. But I found that Long Road have been exceptionally good at making sure that we're we have the correct amount of work and we're not falling behind, and as same as a few other people said here, the progress coaches are brilliant on checking up on us, and we had phone calls at the beginning of lockdown just to make sure we're settling in. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I say we're really appreciative of all the staff that are just, it's a very hard time, and I just think they've done it so well. And yeah, I think it's great. Yeah.
That's awesome, Phoebe. Thank you. What's your experience been, Kate?
I was really apprehensive at the start of remote learning because obviously it doesn't compare to actually being in the classroom, but it really has not been bad. We've been using a lot of Microsoft Teams, so we still had assignments set for us, and we're still getting feedback on our work, and a lot of my teachers have either been doing live lessons or voicing over PowerPoints and uploading them for us. And we've had a lot of contact from our teachers as well, weekly updates on the school and things like that. So I feel like it's a big thing that we've been told what's happening as well, and we're getting all of these updates.
Lovely, thank you. I think communication is very critical, isn't it? So that's really good that you feel communicated with. And Lucy, if we could just check in with you, see what your experience has been.
Yeah, of course, everyone mentioned, we've had live lessons. We've even been able to simulate having assessments, because of course we were meant to have our year 1 mocks round around. Had one-on-one with tutors and progress tracking. It's all been done really well, and it's almost as if the community aspect of Long Road is sort of been taken onto the remote learning, and the community is still there, which is really nice.
That's really super. Thank you so much, all of you. Tim.
Thank you, Emma. I want to ask Kate a question, if I could, as I haven't so far this evening. And I want to know, Kate, what extracurricular activities you're involved in, and what do you like about them?
So I'm involved in 2 extracurricular activities. I do the EPQ, which was mentioned earlier. That's the Extended Project Qualification. It's a year-long kind of course. It's worth half an A-level, and you just kind of do your own project that gets assessed at the end of it. So for mine, I'm writing a dissertation about online court systems. And then I also am part of the Russell Group Prep, which is a select few students, and it helps us get prepared for university applications for Russell Group universities, which are a group of, I think it's about 24 select universities which are highly competitive to get into. And they're both really enjoyable. Russell Group is run by Tim partially, and also another teacher called Sarah. And the main thing about them is there's a real sense of kind of community within the clubs, and you make friends within them as well.
That's fantastic news, Kate. Thank you so much for that. Eddie, do you do any extracurricular activities? And can you tell us?
Yeah, I do a few. I also do the extended projects, which has probably been the most fun thing I've done at Long Road, because I created an escape room on the ground floor of my house where some people come and sort of solve clues to solve a big game thing. And it's great because you get to experiment with so many different things. So at one end I was doing electronics and programming, but I also made some things out of wood and created a kind of hologram effect with the projector. So that was really fun. I've also been in the engineering education scheme, which is a scheme that runs every year, where I've worked with a team of 4 other students, and also the microprocessor manufacturer ARM, and basically ARM just give us 2 circuit boards and also a mentor, and they say, you've got a £200 budget, make whatever you want and write a scientific report about it. And so my team decided to make some glasses that help people with hearing loss to find out where sounds are coming from. And we made a working prototype. I learned a lot, and now the other people with us.
That's fantastic news. Thank you so much for that. Alex, any extracurricular activities from you as well?
As already touched on by Kate, the Russell Group meetings are really, really useful, and sort of a few of us I'm not sure how many people originally, but were emailed asking if we wanted to be part of this, and Kate already went through what the Russell Group is. So it's universities like Cambridge, Oxford, Bristol, Liverpool, those kind of places. But it was also mentioned that you make friends in these clubs. But I also want to just add to that, it's with the Russell Group meetings, you immediately go in and you make friends with the same goal as you. And you immediately have something to talk about with what universities you want to get to, and some of those people are still some of my best friends now. But on top of that, the expertise offered is brilliant. So it's Tim who runs it, and Sarah, who I think recently graduated from Oxford. So she's she's got very recent experience of how to get in to one of the most prestigious universities in the world, and also helping you with the personal statement, because that's something that I found really difficult at first. I mean, it's a big challenge because you have to write in a certain way, and I wasn't really familiar with it, but with those expertise, I was able to get 4 offers. So it's a brilliant extracurricular resource to use.
Excellent, Alex. That was really helpful. Thank you. Emma, back to you, please.
Thank you. So while we're on progression, I'm curious to know what you guys are going to do after you've left Long Road. Well, as you kind of have already, I suppose, Sadness. So Eddie, what are your plans now, please?
I'm planning to do product design at Loughborough University. And college have been really helpful with that, because obviously the Russell Group meetings have really helped, and also my progress coach has been really helpful with my personal statement and also finding a university.
Eddie, thank you so much. Same question to Alex, please.
I'm planning to study English literature at the University of Liverpool. Same thing as Eddie, the progress coaches were brilliant, but also the combined expertise of the Russell Group club and the English department, who sort of studying English at Long Road, it sort of, throughout the first year I sort of realised how much I loved the subject, and that was because of the department around me. And then in the second year, it gave me the confidence to apply, as I said, combined with the actual knowledge from the Russell Group team. So yeah, it makes applying to university a lot less stressful.
Good, lovely, thank you. And Libby, how about you? What are your plans, and how did Long Road help you make them?
So I'm planning to study sport and exercise science at the University of Nottingham. The Russell Group meeting has been mentioned previously. That really helped me with my personal statement, and Tim really helped me with my personal statement because he teaches sport, and so he really helped me with some of the resources, and so did the PE department, because it was all to do with PE, and my progress coach helped me with the step-by-step on the UCAS website. So yeah, everyone really helped basically.
That's great, thank you so much. One more question from Tim, I think.
Yeah, last question if I could please, and it's to Phoebe first of all. Phoebe, what do you need to bring, and how can you prepare for college when you do come to Long Road?
So firstly, I didn't really jump into buying things for the first sort of week. I just had basics, just a wad of paper and a pencil case and things like that, just because I wanted to see if my subject teachers had a specific way of they want us to organise our notes. And then once I knew all that, I colour coordinated my folders and had it really organised. But I think the key is to have it super organised and just sort of having everything in order. And I bought a ring binder and a lever arch, so once the ring binder got full, I could then transfer and it sort of builds up your year 1 notes in time for revision in year 2.
Fantastic, thank you. Kate, what about you? What did you need to bring, and how can you prepare for college from your side?
In terms of equipment, I would say the same as kind of Phoebe. You need your folders, you need just a wad of paper, and then your teachers in the kind of the first week will say what textbooks you need if you need any and stuff like that. I'd also say practice your journey at least once, especially if you haven't really had to commute to get to school before. because when I lived down the street from my secondary and my primary school, so this was my first time having to try and travel to get to school properly, and it definitely helped to be confident on where I was going and knowing also kind of how long it would take me and things like that.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much. Now, Lucy, I know you do D&T, you do maths and Spanish, a wonderful mix there. What did you need to bring for those, and how did you prepare for college?
Well, of course, like everyone has said, like the organisation aspect is fundamental. You have to adapt to your own learning style, whether you like to prefer to use notebooks or collect all your notes in one big wad of pads. But I think the most important thing for you to bring is a positive mindset for all your learning and a willingness to learn and take on feedback. And I think because starting sixth form is a fresh start, so you should approach it with a fresh mindset. So I think that's the most important thing you need to bring with you and to prepare yourself for.
That's been really helpful. Thank you. Excellent stuff. That was the last question of this evening. So that's about it from us, really. I hope that the 200 plus people that have sort of been watching us tonight have got a feel for what Long Road's about. Of course, I need to thank our wonderful students for helping out this evening. Lucy, Kate, Phoebe, Libby, Alex and Eddie. And of course, you for watching as well. And me and Emma, we're looking forward to seeing you all in person in the not too distant future. So take care from us and stay safe. Thank you so much now. Bye-bye.